Happy Tuesday. How is everyone? All right, you're up early then. I know we have a couple resident announcements, so we'll just go ahead and jump right into that. Please make sure to silence all your cell phones or anything that can make noise. That way everyone that is here or watching from home can hear all of the updates, questions, and discussions. So I know, like I said, we have a couple residents that have announcements, so we'll go ahead and start with Mrs. Jan. Thank you, Ms. Jan.
Because We Care is doing our jewelry collection tomorrow, both lobbies, north and south, 10 o'clock until 12. Hopefully you'll bring whatever old jewelry you don't want anymore, and then next month you can search for something new. Also, if you have bud vases, we'd love to have them. You can drop those off at the same time. We're going to be using them, and would appreciate that as well. One more. Vocal Cords. Vocal Cords is going to have their concert this Saturday night at 7:30, and I certainly hope you all be there. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jan. Ms. Mary, you said you had a couple announcements.
I do. I'm Mary Parham.
She's got a sheet.
Yeah, I do. It's shorter than this. I just wanted to let you all know that Cheryl is here today, and I call her the Bling Lady, and she has lots of the lanyards that you can get for the holidays or whatever, and she's got a good supply, and she says she has more on order. The other thing is that we've been asked to look into maybe the possibility of developing a retired nurses group to get together and provide fellowship for each other and talk about how we got where we are. We're looking at a group that can share those things, but also looking at a group who can work with educational things for our employees, maybe some volunteer roles. We have to explore that yet. Sam is working on a flyer, and we will put that up on the trip tables or the tables where you sign up so that we can get an interest in what's going on, and then we'll let you know when we're going to do a meeting. Any questions? Tell all your nurse friends. Yes, Linda.
Do you take doctor friends too?
Right now, this is just nurses. But, then if you want to come in and pretend to fool us, we'll do that. Anybody else?
Anybody else?
There's
Ms.
going to be
Margaret?
other groups in the future too.
There'll be other groups in the future.
Yeah, in the future.
I love that. You're all starting your subcommittees, okay? All right. And then there'll be committees to advise us leadership, right? I know where this is heading. I'll let Kyle know, but then you'll be heading to healthcare. Any other resident announcements? Okay, so we'll go into just a little bit of updates. We don't have a whole lot, but oh my goodness, there we go. Trying to keep it. Hold on. It'll come back. IT makes us have these safety features on our computers to where they time out after a while, and there's nothing we can do. We just have to deal with them. Yep, keep moving. Usually we're on them working.
Oh no.
So just to first and foremost want to start off, this is for the north building only, but tomorrow morning we do have to do an emergency shut off for about 2 hours. So again, Wednesday the 24th from 7 to 9 a.m. we are doing some repairs, so we will have an emergency shut off of the water. So it'll be back on shortly after that, but anything you need to do before or after the 7 to 9 time frame. So we will have this on all of our communication platforms, and we just wanted to make sure that we mention that here. It's at the north, it's in the elevators, it's on the in-house channel, but just want to make sure we can communicate. I'm sure we're still going to get those calls in the morning at 7:30 a.m. that their water doesn't work, but we're going to do our best to communicate everywhere. So just a little bit of updates from IHS. So just a reminder that they can organize your closet and help drop off unwanted items to Goodwill or any other charity of your choice. They can also help with your storage units. They can help you clean those out and get your holiday decorations out. They can help clean under your beds, your baseboards, and refrigerators. And as always, if you do want those services or need that help, call extension 503. It is getting that time of year, so if you need that help, we highly recommend it. They can help you do that. So a little from environmental services. We did unfortunately have a couple team members out on bereavement, meaning they've lost family members. So we do apologize in advance for some of the changes we're having to do in the scheduling, and we do appreciate your understanding. So the work order schedules that have been currently scheduled will be revised. Please note that you'll be contacted by a member of our EVS team to inform you of the changes. So if you have not, you may hear from Evan and or Amy. If you haven't, then there should be no changes to your schedule, but there are a few that they are having to flex just because of the bereavement leave that we've had unexpectedly from a couple of our team members. So I just want to kind of mention that. As I talked about last week, EVS Week, or Environmental Services Week, was a huge success. We made sure we celebrated them every day to let them know how important they are to our team. And these were just some of their gifts. We had games, we had prizes, we had meals every day, we had that piñata. So just a lot of fun things to let them know how important they are to us. And they really enjoyed it, and it was a wonderful, wonderful week for them. So a little bit from Plant Ops. So they have about 170 completed work orders, about 93 remain open. We did replace a 10-ton HVAC on top of the healthcare center. You might have seen that big, beautiful crane out there, but we hoisted it on top of the roof last week in order to replace a AC that was needing to be replaced over there. We are, of course, continuing to work on the roofing replacement throughout the campus. We do have Mixed Network on site this week. That is for our phones. We are working on getting all of those replaced, so then of course we will need to all be trained on them, including our front desks. So bear with us. We're going to get all of us trained, as well as our front desk receptionist, on that new phone. But they will be VoIP, and they will have a lot more higher technology, meaning we should not lose them in the event of a power outage and or emergency, which will be huge because the ones we have now are antiquated. So we're really excited about that. They're on campus now, the actual company working through some of that. So not much for you, the residents, just to know we will be getting that training. They do have all of the same capabilities that we currently have, plus a bunch of extra fun stuff. So huge, huge improvement for the community and for our operational efficiency. So we are, of course, working on final walkthroughs with Blue Team. They are continuing to work in numerous areas, a couple last residual units, a couple ancillary areas as far as they did complete our lobby, our dining room, and some of those other, the library, the sports lounge, various things are needing to do in there. This is not to be misunderstood with the design piece that we will and have begun. So you are, as I've mentioned, seeing the dining room being restored, but that is so you can utilize it temporarily. We will be getting in those areas and working on the design aspect. But all areas, for all intent and purpose, from Blue Team Restoration, are up and going, other than the roof. So as we mentioned, the water shutoff was from 7 to 9. We are replacing a valve in the north building. So just want to make sure we mention that again.
Tomorrow, not today.
Yes, tomorrow. Yeah, sorry, wrong date on there. That is tomorrow. The landscapers, I know it's been asked a couple of times, they have started to trim trees, and as items are being damaged from all of the construction and remediation, it will be addressed once they've completed. So I know there's been questions about what's going to happen. We're going to fix it. That's what's going to happen. So we did have them clean the gutters above that south dining room. I know we had a lot of debris in there, so we've gotten those areas cleaned, and we'll continue remediating and cleaning a lot of these ongoing areas with all the construction. So a little bit from our front desk update. So welcome to our front desk. Kai will be days. She was previously a server here, and Lynette will be evenings. So they will be cross-trained at each desk by Betsy and Denise. So just keep in mind there will be times that Betsy will not be in her office as she will be flexing her hours, nights and weekends to get these team members trained. But overall, it is our goal to not just have each receptionist mandated to just that desk or just that schedule. For the operational needs of the community, we are enhancing our cross-training. So that'll be something that we start with these two girls, and then we'll have additional team members joining in the next orientation as well. So just a little bit from Kelly. She wanted to make sure we have so many new residents. We are projected to have we had 63 new resident move-ins last year, and we are projected to have about the same amount this year. So that is 63 to 65 new residents. So please make sure that we greet them and give them a warm welcome. Encourage them to attend our new resident orientation. That's on that first Wednesday of each month here in Town Hall from 10 to 1. Encourage them to attend Getting to Know You. That is by invitation only in the Regency room. Ask them to join you for dinner or an event. Help them get acclimated. Remind them to wear their pendants and encourage them to wear their name tags. And if they're part of any of your subcommittees, like a nurse, encourage them to join that as well. But it's really important that you residents are always the number one reason that other residents say they love a community like ours, and you really do make or break a resident's first experience moving in. Obviously leadership and how we handle that, but the residents, how friendly you are, how welcoming you are, and that's really important, and I hear that a lot from our new move-ins. So thank you for that, and we encourage you to continue that. And then don't forget to wear your name tags as well. So I know we mentioned this before, but this is a really important aspect of our community so you all understand the higher levels of care in the transitions of care process and what that looks like. So next Tuesday, the 30th, is at 11:30 here in Town Hall, and this will have our entire healthcare team as well as our wellness team discussing what that looks like. So highly encourage that attendance so you know what that looks like and you are well informed. So I know we mentioned this last week as well, but we are also doing a wellness week. This is actually an LCS initiative that we are doing at all of our communities, but it's an entire week of wellness and well-being. So we will have a week filled with activities to keep you healthy and active and having that awareness. We'll have raffle prizes at events. Details will be listed on a wellness and well-being activities calendar that Kelly will be getting out to you. So each day there'll be various wellness activities, whether it's spiritual or social, and we just highly encourage that in lieu of making sure that we keep that at the forefront. We are seeing a good movement in our COVID statistics. They are going in the right direction. So last week we were reporting about 3 or 4. This week we are down to 1. So 1 in the north. No major symptoms, but just want to make sure that we are still communicating those numbers. This week in activities, of course, Tuesday, we have our Studs and Stones apparel at 10 a.m. in the South Lobby area. Wednesday, the 24th, is that jewelry collection, 10 a.m. North and South Lobbies. Thursday, the 25th, book and puzzle collection, 9:30 to 2 in Grand Lobby South. Friday, September 26th, our book and puzzle exchange from 9:30 to 2 in Grand Lobby South. And then Friday, the 26th, the Louis Bravo Entertainer at 7 p.m. in Town Hall. And then Saturday, the 27th, Vocal Cords Concert, 7:30 Town Hall, like Miss Jan said. So just a little update as we discussed all of our new neighbors and residents. We had a budget of 15 for the third quarter, and my team has been really busy, and we are going to be landing at about 17 new residents on a budget of 15. So again, we continue to thank you. This is so important on our road to 95% occupancy, is to mitigate our voluntary move-outs and increase our move-ins. Very simple math. So it takes a lot of work to do so, but we are on the right track in doing that. Sales did want to mention calling all resident Knights of Columbus, current or previous. Join us for Afternoon Delight on Columbus Day in North Private Dining Room on Monday, October 13th at 3 p.m. See the sign-up sheets in the North and South lobbies. And then we'll just mention that there is an overflow event from the September Paris event on Thursday the 25th in the back of the pub. So we had such a huge event from our seminar. It was a Parisian themed event that we are doing a follow-up overflow event, which is Thursday the 25th, and that's in the back of the pub. So if you see a bunch of residents back there, that's what's happening. It was a popular event, and we are doing another one. So a little bit from Ricky and Dustin and Nick and team. So Friday, now that we are cooling down a little bit, we're going to do a Breezeway pop-up featuring burgers and wings from 4 to 5. We are doing our bourbon and barbecue with Alabama white sauce wings today, Tuesday. The gourmet news cycle will come soon. They'll have that information to you. That wine pairing dinner will be on Tuesday the 30th, featuring veal. And the Rosh Hashanah dinner, Regency Room, on the 25th. So we are continuing to recruit for executive chef. We have a couple candidates that we are working on. So this is just a little about last week. I know we had mentioned we had a food truck. So these are just pictures from our employee appreciation luncheon. We ordered a big old truck full of pub subs. If you haven't had them, they're fantastic. And we had a bunch of those out for the team. So again, these are just a lot of things we like to do to have fun at work and to show our employees how much we appreciate them. Excuse me. So just a reminder of all of the areas we will be designing, decorating, and addressing. Mentioning this every week just as a reminder. The North Library, shelving, floors, and walls were damaged, so we will be addressing those. North Dining Room, that is ceiling tiles, walls, paint, and flooring. South Dining Room, walls, paint, and flooring. Our brick wall, sales center, flat roof, normal roofs, ethos banding, and some damaged carports. So I did have a meeting with Pi Architect last week, and we walked all of these areas. So as soon as I have kind of the next steps in the information, I will be working with our design committee to begin that process. So we will be, it is budgeted and discussed for chairs. So yes, that will be part of it as well. So, not a whole lot of updates on the roof. They're still up there working on the roof. So any given day, they're not if it's raining, they are if it's not. So we continue on that project. And we're, for the most part, we are on track. I mean, they did tell me it'd be about a 4-month-long project. So we did finish healthcare center. We have finished various areas. They are out there. They've got challenges of their own any given day, but they are making progress, and it is on its way. Just a reminder, they will be picking up all the debris at the end of the project, including what's in the trees and on the window seals, and they will be addressing the paving and landscaping damage and any other damage around the community. So we want to get the roofs done. I am staying on top of them to keep areas as tidy as possible in the meantime, but we will be making sure that we do a full sweep and getting everything back where it should be when they are done as well. And really, just a little bit of update from me. The elevators are still on track and in progress. We have another date in October that they'll be coming out. That again is about a 6-month lead time with all the custom parts. Just a reminder, we won't have our approved CapEx until January. We are continuing to work with Blue Team on the cleanliness of our projects. I did mention, but Mixed Networks are here for our phones, so we will begin that training. Blue Team did complete the North Lobby and the North Dining Room last week. Again, the North Dining Room is temporary until we get in there and redesign it, but nonetheless, it's usable as of now. We did have a great visit with Pi Architects. I introduced them, we ran into Margaret, so she was able to meet them. He's actually the architect and the designer. And they're local here in Tampa, and they specialize in senior living. So we were really, really excited. It was a great meeting. We walked them to all of the areas and all of the design pieces. Remember now, there are only aspects of each area that are approved through the insurance. So while I would love to go in and design every inch of the space, that is not what's been approved. So like for instance, in the dining room, the chandeliers are not parked. So the chandeliers will remain. We'd like to see them go at some point because they are obsolete and they are hard to fix with the parts. But those things that you see that may be there, we will be designing to have a cohesive space, but not every little thing is covered. I wish it was. So other than that, as I know I mentioned, we are recruiting for our executive chef. We have multiple candidates that we're looking at. We've got a process in place where myself and our corporate food and beverage support also interviews. And then we actually have them come out and do a chef's basket as well, meaning kind of like a cook-off. So we haven't got to that stage yet, but we are in that process. We did make an offer to an IHS director. Her name is Shantine. She has accepted. Christine's, I don't know where 30 days went. I feel like I was just mentioning that she's leaving, but her last week is this week. So she will be going to work remote. You will probably still see her in the event of a hurricane. She'll still be here with her dogs and with Chris, but she will be working remote, and we will be working on onboarding and training her predecessor. So I mentioned the water, I think you got that. And then I did just want to mention too, I know we've had a lot of move-ins, but just remember that you can decorate your home however you wish. They're all very beautiful. But let's leave the community main lobby areas alone. We have things appearing in them. We have things disappearing in them. I wish this would go without saying, but if you've got items that you want removed, we've got processes in place, we have resources, we have services, we can help you remove unwanted items you do not want. Otherwise, please don't just take all your unwanted tchotchkes and stick them around the building. The place was professionally designed, whether you love it or not. And we want to keep it that way. So just please, please, please don't remove the items or add to the items in our common areas. You've got your nooks, you've got your doors, you've got your homes, but let's leave the community as is, okay? And if you do need help with the services, we've got multiple junk removal services in place for that. So other than that, any other questions for me? Yes, Miss Judy?
The tree on the south side of the P-wing did not get trimmed after the hurricane damage, and it looks terrible. Do I need to put in a work order to be sure that that tree gets fixed?
Yes, please do. Yes, thank you.
You mentioned additional staff and for the front desk of the South Building. Is Barbie not going to be here?
I did say that. No, we're just hiring.
There was somebody,
We did hire 2 new front desk associates, yes.
so it's in addition to.
Yes, yes. And we hire PRN, which means as needed as well. Yes.
Good morning. A couple of requests. Now that we have the gutters on the South Dining Room cleaned,
They are.
could we please put gutter guards on so we don't have to do the same thing next year?
Sure. Let's talk about that in buildings and grounds, but absolutely.
And one other request. We seem to have a lot of work orders that are open, okay? And I'm just curious what the
It's all your work orders about the piece of trash that's in the left palm tree to the 5 inches to the right of the carport.
That's a work order.
No, I'm talking about the open work orders that are open. Could we have them
Yes.
have them aged? Is this a great pretty big bunch less than a week and a few over 30 days.
So we have a whole process, and in maintenance at 10:30 on Fridays can go over all of those work orders and exactly what they are and what that looks like. If you want to meet with them on Friday at 10:30. Chris is there, he manages our work orders, he can answer all of that more in depth. But I have seen a lot of the outstanding ones, and it's similar items like that. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I don't know whether this is, hi, I'm sorry. I don't know whether this is your business or not, but, I came back after 3.5 months and the outside windows are all chalky from the rain that we had. Are we going to have those cleaned at all?
So we've discussed this. We are working with Blue Team on a full comprehensive project when they're done with everything, washing the windows, cleaning the window seals, getting those wasp at the higher levels, doing some sealing and caulking. We're coordinating with them to share the lift, to do all of that.
This is the first floor though, it doesn't need.
Okay. You can just place a work order.
Oh,
Sure.
great, thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions? All right. Well, have a wonderful Tuesday. Thank you all for joining.